do more Witcher 3. So. Oh, that's the music. Good. So, as much as I dislike agitating these videos, because guess what? The actual time between the recording and the uploading is much greater. Like this here is technically back in December, when these were being recorded. Like I'm pretty sure, for the most part, in December, I ain't even into Blood and Wine. In the upload process, that is. But yeah, so. Thankfully, my Witcher 3 has been preserved because I had to reinstall Windows 10. But technically, I had to reinstall Windows 7 and then upgrade back to Windows 10. Because apparently, ran into issues, couldn't fix them, computers started going very slow. Wasn't ideal. Now then, you would think basically, oh yeah, we're back on Windows 10, everything should be much better, running smoother, running faster, less strain on the system. It still lagged starting. It's, I don't know, no real improvements to the system, so. Oh well. It's like I had to do the turning and watch my frames drop. I hope I have everything set right for my recording. And rendering and all that software. But I did have to re-download everything and hopefully I have the settings right.
The Mandragora is honored to welcome you. Deadly thirsty.
So, if I remember right, we are back to having just, I hate the fact that that's the button, not this one. We have just this to do. Nah, just this to do. Oh, so the recommended level is 43. Or 65. I think we got this. Pretty much everything's done. Minus the spherical loot ocean, but... So anyway. On to the rest of the story.
Late. Now, why does that not surprise me?
What am I gonna be attacked in the alley?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. My, Geralt. Not bad at all. And you've even a mask. Just not the kind required.
But I like
They're a
my
little
hat.
different, the ones Mandragora members wear. I've brought you one. Put it on.
It would be amusing if we wore both things. So what about the mask?
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Well,
Let's
there
go.
we
Soiree's started.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons.
Oh,
They'd not have let us in
that's
otherwise,
so.
that's certain.
Door matching. All flowery. As I hid my weapons.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with
Oh,
caution.
we do have a bounty.
Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
What are these performances?
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry.
Ooh, 3.
The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
What the hell's a pantomime?
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Watch everyone have orchids.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
Starving artist.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Huzzah! Optional, take part in Sorry's entertainment. You know what we're doing.
Greetings.
What's up? Totally taking part in the entertainment. Totally.
To free a stone subtle soul requires great precision.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs, cast them at the canvas.
A good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you another art?
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Blue blood is all I see.
I don't want purple blue, but we only have a limited amount, so. Oh well. So that's blue over here. What? Okay, I have to
Quite the
Purple.
noble color. Splendid.
Over
The
here.
sky over Toussaint before a storm.
Or a
Okay.
deeply internalized
So that's
fear of
purple
intimacy.
now.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them
That's
in the
yellow.
pail and grab
Yellow.
a
Yeah.
different. Why ever yellow?
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its
that.
purest form.
Yep. And then there's some green hill.
That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines.
Hill.
To vines and to wine!
And over here. And top it off.
Gods, scarlet crimson oxblood. I see lips,
Yes.
full sensually parted lips. Composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be a
Please
masterpiece.
do not disturb.
Why would I blue? You can't do that. Oh, there's one.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And
You
defiance.
can really see it. Totally.
Requires great precision. A true talent paints like the great one.
The Great Wall? But he's a dancer.
That's to say, please the other one. He's bronze. Runes to the entire.
Is that?
It must be someone famous, I tell you. Such
What's
talent.
that?
Exceptional.
Take a drink.
The preferred hooch of artists.
Careful,
Okay.
it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
I was gonna say opposite this pretty freaking
This painting, it's rather... It's very...
bad. Oh, hi. Or adult content flags.
Do not disturb! Shoo! Shoo!
It's the right flower.
Of course it is! A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learnt I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian Noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Are we sure it's the same
Centrian Noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Well, that
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Okay.
It must be someone famous, I tell you. Such talent.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are you casting spells?
Eba, Saraba, Durandum, Kalabathista, Sabeshkehi, Beshkehi Ha.
Ooh, dolphin.
Ah, how beautiful. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Oh, the power of dolphins. What you got? They can do tricks?
It must be someone famous at him. Except
Okay.
true. Would I ever love to meet him? It's a shame.
As for that stipend, I'm sure you understand. But are you sure it's an original?
My employer swears it. Besides,
Oh,
have
yeah.
you not heard the news?
Let's loot everything.
This is deathly dull. Let's go.
You're bored, as you've made no effort to understand.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
They can't agree. The constant struggle.
I just realized we're actually over here searching the
Color is
replacement
but the shadow
tables.
of deliberations on the nature
Whoops,
of
we don't want to be
existence.
over here searching the
It is
replacement.
irrelevant to the work's ultimate
It must
meaning.
be someone famous at
Oh
him.
no.
Such talent.
Oh, this is
Exceptionally
perfect.
true.
Behold,
Would I ever love to
suffer
meet him?
mine.
It's a shame.
Need I remind you that neither did you?
Yeah, that was mine.
This painting, it's rather... It's very...
Bloody colorful, that's what!
My heart's about to burst from a surfeit of beauty.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Well, we release them. Like you.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
No one even referencing.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
And off he goes. Bye, little lantern. I think we've taken part in all the activities.
Aren't they even? Because the right
Well, I'm gonna go in water now. Water.
I'm sure you are. There are a great many highly qualified candidates.
Then I shall.
But are you sure it's an original?
Now then, investigation.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it. It's a way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
competition.
Oh, we have to examine the conception of Edward.
Color is but the shadow of deliberations on the nature of existence.
Perception.
It is irrelevant to the work's
Oh,
ultimate
that's
meaning.
bad. You'd have to see that. Look at the letter. I want a non-telly. I think my painting was probably better than all of them, though. Now then.
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look,
Oh my dearest love. Oh, whoa. Greatest sunshine. Firmament. I shall speak from my heart. For weeks I have been shooting stone glances at your adventure. I hope I dare nurture taken from my portions that perhaps you will. Even one iota of confession. I've waited long, given the courage to confess my fears. I would certainly be willing to stay on edge if you not here at tonight's already in the company of that womanizing Reverend, pretentious pigment, Alphonse I saw that immensity turd fawning over you, I really regretted it. Trending the best weapon in my arsenal. The quail and the whale. Again, right? come.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering across the firmament of my life. Treacly refuse.
True talent.
We must throw
paints
off
like
the
the
manacles.
great
Well, now then,
The great
Venture
one.
beyond the bounds of
follow the
He's a
scent.
dancer.
I follow that scent.
That's to say, the other one. His brother.
Wait, that guy's...
color is shadow.
That guy must be a mage. He's levitating. How do
Greetings.
you do that?
This painting, it's rather... It's very...
Bloody colorful, that's what.
ignoramus.
Oh, that guy's also a mage. He's sunken into the floor. Fire at the doors over there.
But what if he doesn't come?
Right,
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
Brother dearest, trust me. He promised me he'd meet with you, and so he...
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
no, tie.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
Oh, snap.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh, not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Well, firstly, don't tell anyone what you say.
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Thank you.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask,
center.
and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Exactly. You, stay, guard.
Quickly, upstairs.
We must find them. Huzzah! Apparently, you know, it would be amazing if now began to check the outer doors. Because, according to the map, they lead to places that don't even exist. Like seriously. Looking at the minimap, they don't even exist. They're just painted on doors. Well,
That must be
something
Cecilia.
Unfortunate.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Can you do that? I shall do what I do best. Investigate.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
I see. Well, I will take that. And that.
Bloody handprint. It's his.
Oh, so why is that?
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too.
But there's a thing here.
Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil.
Well, that gives us a trail.
Footprints must have made by this ladder. Boots.
I was gonna say, wait, what? Oh, ladder. I've lost the footprints.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Hey, more gold plating. But what about this?
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor.
Apparently.
Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it.
This one.
Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Locks busted. Picked open, probably.
So wait. Is the sentry an oath to the thief?
Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like.
Apparently someone found him and fought back.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
Well, I can't exactly see.
Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way.
Question is who? Who got in his way?
They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
Is that body out there, though?
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
So, what happened to him, though? Apparently we're not gonna elaborate.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife.
Ooh.
Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
Well, there you go.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Not exactly what I meant, but...
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
So, explain the jewel to me.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
Well, that looks like the jewel.
The Heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer.
Apparently.
Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Apparently.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Great, more bandits.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
Well, there you go.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
So you just bring this up now?
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen. Or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right. What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since. Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
She could be the Black Mirror. And thus she has taken part in getting everyone else killed. But fine, I'll see to it.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
She's probably out of the same...
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no
Regis.
idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
I don't laugh.
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
So,
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally.
she's probably
Witcher,
another
I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Oh yes, we are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect.
Hi,
Master
Detlaf.
Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Yeah, I can understand.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand
We
this.
stare at each other.
It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher,
and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
His Renna could be, you know. So, Oriana.
Oriana. She really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long.
But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Well, there you go.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing.
But they're probably the same.
Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Why can't you piece 2 and 2 together?
Splendidly, Detlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
I was going to leave too. Also, Detlaff really got that Final Fantasy look going on. All them belt buckles.
You have exceptional friends. This Detlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Yeah, we're not going to mention that he's technically the Beast of Beauclair.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
Yeah,
so what's his?
Sensitive. Sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Well, there you go.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Okay. I don't think I really need backup, but if you insist.
Silvermane.
Until its day. Oh, so. I do believe it's time we put back our armor. Much better. And we have our swords back and everything, and the only problem with those, we don't have that equipped. We should probably equip that. we have more masks for our collection, though. But, there it is. Huzzah! Where is the closest place? Yeah, probably over there.
Phew! Stinky!
Yeah, that was probably good enough for just one video. But let's see, where are we? Well, I could stop by the vineyard and renew my buffs and everything before we go over now. Convenient. Also, I should check to see how many attribute points I have. I don't think I have anywhere near as many as I need. Yeah, I need like, what, 7? We have 4 though. We're almost at 5. That's not bad. It's not bad indeed. Might be able to get Second Life before the whole end of our adventure.
I work from dawn to dusk's last light, then give my wife a good long.
Oh. It's like, I can loot this. It's red. It must be spatial. It's a chicken leg. Okay then. Maybe she makes food and puts it in now.
I thank you for letting me stay. I cannot remember when last I was this happy.
I'm very curious how long she actually is.
You sure you don't feel lonely out here?
I cannot say yet. Too little time.
Visited others' homes as...
Yes, but...
Remember, you can...
I'd never...
And I'd never want... I'd never expect...
Do you... of that?
Thought you...
Do you mean to...
See you later.
Take...
Eh, nothing new. Oh well. She just stays here and cooks for us. That's I wonder how old she actually is. I mean,
How
she's
might
probably
I
been
be
there
of
for at
service,
least,
sir?
I don't know how many years. Maybe a few centuries.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Yeah, I still have my buffs. But remember, we have to be there at midnight, so... Oh, after midnight. So there we go. We do our buffs. Huzzah! Chickens. That's fair, we shall go to the mill. Prepare for assault on the castle. Huzzah! Hope you all enjoyed, thank you all, and have a nice day.